Okay, chat. Round 3. Playing as Beerus, probably Dredge, maybe not, could be Dredge. Who knows? I mean, I can't ever mulligan a hand with Force of Will Ancestral Recall, so it doesn't really matter what Beerus is on. So, not Dredge, you love to see it. That increases our chances by a very large amount. Extremely large amount of increased chances. Now, if we can just hit a land drop, which will allow me to not play without Flusterstorm backup, that would be ideal. Interesting. All right, well, I have multiple Force of Wills now, so what do we want to do? Maybe what I want to actually do here is just therapy them on Force. I really don't hate that idea very much. It does mean I kind of have to draw a land next turn, or else I'm going to like Ancestral Recall and pitch a bunch of cards, which I don't want to do. But I really don't want to cast this Ancestral Recall without having Flusterstorm back up. It seems like not great. I mean, it's very unlikely for us to get wasted because opponent has a Tundra. Very few decks will play a Tundra and a Wasteland. So we can hedge pretty well against not being wasted. I think it is just too risky. So I'm going to look for an Ancestral if they tap out. But that's the plan here. I mean, I'm going to Ancestral the end of turn no matter what. But this at least gives them an opportunity to tap out on their turn for the Ancestral, I think. I mean, it's happened. There are Tundra Wasteland decks, like, I don't know, Standstill or something. But it's a decent hedge. You can hedge around that one pretty fairly. You're willing to take that risk and then just salt on Twitter if it goes badly, you know? Oh, Devin was playing the Showcase. That makes so much sense. No, the opponent is on Jeskai. Opponent's playing Jeskai, chat. There's no Standstill. Not in the winner's bracket. That's not how Standstill works. Don't tell chains. Excuse me. All right, we're allowed to play again. There's just better things you can do with Lurrus than Standstill. It was playable. By all means, it was playable. The good part about this is it means it represents Pyroblast more than Flusterstorm, and at least I can battle a Pyroblast, but I really just like can't battle a Flusterstorm at the moment, so. Look at Beerus. Look at him go. Once a Dredge only player, now range. All right, whatever. I will force a Pyroblast because I do need to hit land drops. All right, Lord, may I have a recall of the ancestral variety? Is that acceptable? They had Flusterstorm. All right, well, if we top deck a land, we're in good shape. Exactly a green land, exactly. If we top deck a green land, I actually think we're in great shape this game because we do have a Hermit Druid with double counterspell backup. You know, that's fairly unlucky. I might name Dreadhorde Arcanist here. So I don't really think I think I should be able to beat forces, but I really can't beat a Dreadhorde. I guess I could counter the Dreadhorde, to be fair. Maybe I should just beat forces. Maybe I should just get forces. I mean, they could have Pyroblast, but I have Fluster, and then I'm at with not much. Maybe I should be taking removal spell. Nah, Forcible seems like the best play. All right, they have Lightning Bolt, Pyroblast, Mentor, Preordain. All right, well, that's a problem. That's certainly an issue. I'm certainly not happy about that. Man, it's really unfortunate. If they had just chosen Pyroblast instead of Flusterstorm, we would have had a shot here. Oh, now they have Mentor with Pyroblast backup because they drew Pearl. All right, it's fine though. It's fine though. We have that covered. We are covered, but now we can't protect our Hermit Druid. So there are some downsides, and they still have a Preordain left over after all of this. Why don't I get to play Preordains in my Xerox deck? I'm playing 4 Preordains, aren't I? Feels like we came out of that quite far behind, mostly because we missed on therapy. Not ideal. All right, this is so unfortunate. Because I don't think I'm allowed to cast this Hermit Druid until I find a blue card, which means I'm just going to lose to the Preordain, but whatever. Can't do much about it. If only I had named the correct Magic the Gathering cards. If I had named Pyroblast, that's a hard name. I can't really afford to name Pyroblast there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm always missing unless I have a probe. All right, where'd they go? They went 1 top, 1 bottom, pass, bolt, and 2 unknowns. Blue card? All right, well, I mean, that's a blue card, but it also is an Ancestral Recall, right? Which is better. which is in fact better. I'm gonna cast this Merchant Scroll. All right, you're right. I don't have an Ancestral Recall. I lied to you. All right, it's a Gush. It's way better, guy. Gush, even better. It's a Gush. I meant it the whole time. I knew exactly what I was doing. See, chat. You just had to believe. Though that is our second Narcomoeba. Okay, which means we don't have many Narcomoebas left. All right, this is good. This is good. See, Gush OP, chat. Oh, they're on Breach. I really hope they don't have an Underworld Breach. That'd be bad. Wait, are they milling me? No, they're milling them. Really hope they don't have an Underworld Breach in hand. Maybe I should have let the Bolt resolve. All right, there's 1 Underworld Breach. They hit Black Lotus. There's 2 Underworld Breaches. So there's only 1 Underworld Breach left in their deck. If they already have it in hand, this is a problem. I hate this game. I hate this deck. This deck is so lame. Oh, I should have not forced the Bolt. I didn't think they were on Breach, so that was half the issue. If I had put them on Breach, I don't think I would have forced the Bolt. So lame. Whatever. I would have lost anyways because they top decked Pyroblast for turn. All right. No matter what I did, I was losing because breach shell, baby. Yeah, we're already main deck boarded, already main boarded for this. But I didn't name Dreadhorde because it's not even in their deck. Run it back. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that coming. Very fair deck. All right, this is fine. This is an acceptable hand. Wait, that just means that they have one bolt in their deck. That's their only removal, and they had it in their hand. Never mind. I'm back on tilt. I will never recover from this. Oh. Wow, that's quite good. Would I rather? I guess I would rather have a force. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be the single best preordain I've ever seen in my life. Yo, casting preordain is broken, chat. Casting preordain completely busted. Oh, now they don't have a force and a Hermit Druid. Casting preordain is completely unfair. I mean, I was going to draw those cards anyways. But so preordain really didn't do much. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? This is baloney. How is that fair? That's powerful wizardry. It's powerful wizardry at work. Underworld Breach Black Lotus was the pitch? What? Does that mean they have an Underworld Breach in their hand? Am I just dead? Am I just dead to the combo again? You see, Underworld Breach is like a Hermit Druid, but no summoning sickness. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. I think opponent's just going to catch Breach with Counterspell backup and we lose, actually, is what's going to happen. Second Breach was pitched? Do they have one Breach left? Narset? Fine. So I found a force. So green, black, gush, demonic for... I can't have another force of will. I could get a daze. I could get... Well, I can get another force of will if I draw something good off the... I guess I can't gush because of the Narset. So I can only demonic... I mean, I can still gush to let me demonic, but I don't draw any cards is the problem. So I can still do the play I'm saying, but I can only really get a daze. Right? Green, black, gush, green, demonic, daze, activate. This gives me force, daze, misstep. feel like that's the best thing I can do here. I should have played this tropical first so that I could activate the Hermit Druid if they had a lightning bolt. That got negated. Okay. I fucked that up, by the way. I should definitely have played my tropical island first so I couldn't get, like, I mean, they would probably have lightning bolted me on my upkeep. Or no, they probably would have lightning bolted me on my upkeep if they had it. So I guess there's really no reason to play around lightning bolt. Okay. So we do the activated thing where we activate the thing. Yeah, I actually think gushing into Narset was the correct play, which is wild to me. Actually, I'm getting blinded. I'm getting blinded by the light. That time of night. All right, so the Narcomoebas. The Narcomoebas come into play. I mean, they probably have an Underworld Breach as their last card, right? They wouldn't be pitching these Underworld Breaches if they didn't already have an Underworld Breach, so they really can't beat double Counterspell. Is there any reason to cast Dread Return or Cabal Therapy first? I guess so. Just go for another Force of Will or something. I mean, it could be Rab Trap for sure, but we have that covered. All right. The Demonic forced the Force, which was really, really good. So that was cool. That was cool. That was dope. I did not think we were going. Well, actually, our hand was really strong. Basically, when we saw that our top two cards were Force Misstep, which were probably the best two cards that we could have drawn, that was nice. We just beat triple Mox hand from Breach. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I really don't like any of the board plans here. I really just want to run back what I have. I mean, the Assassin's Trophy can theoretically go, but the board ins aren't like great. I think I'd rather be able to Living Wish for like Bog. And like Managorger Hydra and True Name are slow. I guess Managorger Hydra is fine. Maybe Managorger Hydra is better than a trophy. Technically, a trophy can answer a breach. It's not great, but it can. Maybe this trophy is terrible. I mean, they could bring in Leyline, in which case I might want to be able to kill it, but I like playing around Leyline the other way anyway. I think maybe just bring in a Hydra. A Hydra could be good. I could bring in a Hydra. All right. That was cool. That was dope. Would do that again. This hand has none of those islands in it, which you just hate to see. I'm gonna have to mulligan. This hand's fantastic. Not fantastic. This hand is medium, but it's like fast enough where I'm willing to go. And I get 2 draws for a blue card. One draw for a blue card is fantastic. I'm willing to keep it, but obviously it's got issues. But it's a little bit better because opponent already mulliganed as well. So as long as they didn't mulligan into an Ancestral Recall, it would have been pretty good. Blue card, blue card, blue card, blue card, blue card. Blue card, blue card, will the blue card. Oh, all right. Well, we lost the game, chat. It was fun playing with you. It's a rough way to go, but there was nothing that could be done. I can't ever mulligan in that hand, right? But it just like it's gonna lose to opponent finding an ancestral and us drawing a land. Yep. Unfortunate. The buck stops here. You hate to see it. You just hate to see it. Their hand could also be all lands, I guess. That's a factually plausible statement. Theoretically. Highly unlikely, but... I have to use my force here, too. There's basically no 3-drop that I can let resolve in this situation, so... I basically have to force whatever they play, which lets me on not much. Leaves me on not much. I just can't win, chat. I've drawn Force of Will 2 lands. All right, now they have Mystic Sanctuary for Ancestral, which just... See, this is my problem with Mystic Sanctuary. I trade a bunch of cards with my opponent, but I just lose because they have Ancestral and lands in their deck. Imagine having the restriction of having lands. I don't know. I'm not going to fetch because I might want to Mystic Sanctuary. Kind of need my own Ancestral and them not to have a Pyroblast. All right, they just have a Pyroblast as well. All right, cool. Awesome. Fantastic. Great time. Hey, now they get an Ancestral Recall. Oh, wait, is there no... Yeah, in their upkeep, sure. Yeah, this is my biggest problem with Mystic Sanctuary. It just makes all the problems of restricted Ancestral Recall worse. Yeah. It's just lame, dude. It's lame. Oh, look, they're going to cast it again with their Underworld Breach. So fun. Opponent has cast 3 Ancestral Recalls. I have cast 0 Ancestral Recalls because I didn't mulligan to Ancestral Recall. Feels bad, man. Oh, are you going to cast a 4th Ancestral Recall, or are you going to win the game? Which one? Were you feeling 4th Ancestral Recall, or were you feeling win the game? Nah, 4 misstep doesn't help the problem of Ancestral exists. It's just so lame. I don't know. I guess I could have mulliganed my hand, but it doesn't feel like mulliganing my hand was correct. It feels like if I had drawn blue card off the top, we probably would have won the game. You know? It feels like we just got a little unlucky. Our hand wasn't great. It didn't have an Ancestral Recall. Beerisk, please go back and playing Dredge instead of this abomination. I hate Xerox so much. You won the Ancestral matchup. Yeah, did you... If I had a blue card for your Force of Will, did you have an answer? I guess that's the question. Yeah. No. The turn... No. The turn I played Hermit Druid. So I kept Hermit Druid, Force of Will 4 lands. And I drew land. Yeah. I mean, I felt like I kept the turn 1 Hermit Druid, and I had to draw a blue spell on the first draw step, and I just didn't. So really, not much else. No. It was turn 1. So you had cast Ancestral Recall, and I had played a Hermit Druid. And I had a Force of Will, but I didn't have a blue card. So I needed to top deck a blue card for turn, and I hit land, and then I top deck a blue card. So. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, like, that's why, like, I'm basically 100% forced to keep my hand, I think, because of how good it is. Like, turn 1 Hermit Druid is and have the ability to Force of Will later is like quite good. Because even if like, say you don't have a Force of Will, if I have a Force of Will on the next turn, then I can beat a Surgical Extraction. So, oh my god, the pains of double Q.